Hello everybody, how are you doing today? How are you guys doing today? Because today was a very fun day actually, because I learned actually a bit more about resource packs than previously I learned, or rather said something like that. I actually learned how to use resource packs. It's very interesting. So I did a bit more research this last time, as you remember, last stream. We continued working on the GUI program, but with the problem that the GUI was a bit was too dark, and yeah, I got a problem with that. So that's very cool, and it's actually interesting to see how they use the JSON. But I still don't know how to make the text lighter. Very annoying. Speaking of annoying, it's so cold at the moment where I live, and my clothing was, or my jackets were on the wash, so I'm with t-shirt and short pants sitting with a warm bottle on my chair because it's so bloody cold. Yeah. So, what do you guys think about the weather where you're currently at? It's so cold. Oh, I can't believe it. Oh, let's see, maybe the music's a bit loud. Let's tune it down just a tad bit. There we go. Way much better. How do you guys listen to your music actually? Do you like, what type of genre do you listen to? Ooh, I think my mic is not right. Okay, how are you guys doing? I think my mic is a bit loud. Now, let's see. Now. Okay, so how are you guys doing today? I think today's dev stream is going to be much more fun. I'm going to continue working on the economy plugin. Speaking of economy, I still don't know how to tell the players to set the currency, you know? Because my problem is I don't know how I'm supposed to figure out what something worth and so further on. But that's not a problem for me at the moment. Anyways, how are you guys doing today? Now, what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to switch over. Oh, switch over to the... my micro's giving me problems today. Well, my mic. I don't like OBS. OBS is destroying me right now. So, now what? Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to check if my IDE is finally opened, because yeah, it's not the best. Though what I'm going to do now is I'm going to check. Let's switch over. There's my main button. Okay, hello everybody. Now, let me go back to chatter, because I noticed I might just reveal something, the private, which I don't want everyone to be seen. No offense to you guys. Oh, my mic is still a bit too quiet. Is this better maybe? Let me really open my thing. Let me go to the main. Where is my feedback? Microphone. Okay, perfect. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to my IDE. As you remember last time, what we did, right, is we started working on a more advanced GUI system, a bit more dynamic. And this came out to be, so quick overview, right? This is economy plugin where you can have a more advanced economy plugin using my word, I can't speak. This economy plugin using or basically simulating what is happening via the, or what is doing via the world, so like you can import, export and sell stuff and have a stock market. I'm trying to do that, and at the moment we've got custom blocks. This is our UI system, and the last time we've set up a simple UI way to easily create UI elements, right, the buttons are further on. But the current problem is it can't really detect the button press, because you can take out stuff out of the UI. And that's what I'm going to work on today, because I don't like it when when you can take out stuff, because it breaks everything. So let's get started. The first thing I'm noticing, right, let me open my good old trusty Paint. There we go. A good old trusty Paint. So the problem is, so we've got a GUI, right? A wonderful thing, right? So each GUI box, I can't detect if it's inside the GUI 1 or if it's in the Plagueis GUI or whatever other GUI is open at the moment. And that's what the problem is, if that makes sense. So I am going to think about this. The first thing I'm thinking is that if we do that, UI.set element, that UI open element. We've got the UI events. You click the button. Because this .getUI doesn't work. .getUI name doesn't work. The UI name doesn't work. Oh, this is annoying. UI events, not the boat movement, S command. And let me just do like that. And let me do this, just like that. Whoops. There we go. Perfect. So what I'm going to do now is rerun this and see if we get any errors, because my worry is that because the problem we had last time is that the GetUI name function or return system doesn't work, and it's not always the best to do, or it's not always the nicest thing to have not something work, because if I can't get the GetUI name, we can't really check if the right UI is clicked. Yeah, which is not always the best. Timings reset, perfect. Which means I can join. Go to my video settings and make this GUI scale to 4. So it says importer. If I do that, still says the same name. So to make a bit of ooh, that's not good. Why does it say that? Okay. Oh no, not this problem. Okay, Minecraft being weird. Okay, so but anyways, as you can see, whoops. So as you can see here, if I open this, it says importer, right? What the hell? Why is this breaking now? Okay, I'm not going to leave that. But it's saying import on the chat here. So it's 2 if I do the TUI, the test UI command. It also adds another importer, but the name clearly states test, which is not the best. So the problem lies now that I can't really get this doesn't work. Because why does this override this? Maybe, actually, maybe. What is that? What would happen here? Okay, hello everybody joining today. How are you doing? So I'm working on a plugin, and with this plugin we can control and do and simulate economy, basically working on the UI system using Spigot, and we're currently figuring out why certain function isn't working. Now what I've been doing is testing a few things, because if you know anything about Java, our getter, our setter isn't working properly, and this is not the best of things to do, because if our getter or setter doesn't work, we've got a problem, because then we can't do a bunch of more calculations. So this is what currently is happening, and yeah, if you have any ideas of helping or just want to chat, please do so. Everyone's always welcome. So let's see. So it says still important. Now if I say test UI, the test UI command, yay, it works. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's very good. So what basically happened right now is it says the name of the title. So if I click on here, you can see the importer name happens here, but now if I do the custom one with the command, it says the same name over here, which means actually that our getter setter function was working. I was just declaring the constructor incorrectly, or the prep variable, yeah. So this is very good actually, because now if I go back to our UI events, this thing should actually work now, but it doesn't, which is not good, because the event.getTitle doesn't seem to work. Because what I might do, object equals this dot not on click dot view, right? No, because I'm pretty figuring out how can I get the name of the current UI I'm in, because it has to be dynamic. The UI events is basically referring to the UI. Human actually extends the UI class and implements the listener. Yeah, that would be smart, because now I have access to the UI. So it equals UI to create a new UI class. So I'm going to say, so I'm going to create a new UI variable. So say public UI. No, public UI, because it's problematic if I don't get the proper UI. So public UI interface face equals new UI, and this needs UI. Wait, but that's already working there. I've already got the UI name. See, I have to create a new. Okay, that makes sense. So then I do here. So public string. Oh my word, I can't type. String. Then I say UI name. Name. There we go. And we set that to an empty variable, because I don't want a UI name. And then I do here UI name equals UI name constructor. That's what the C stands for. I can't use a super, can I? Oh no. I can put it before the super, or after. Okay, so now I can put here the UI name. Now, wait, why is this not working? I'm probably forgetting a bracket. So now if the UI does not match, the click event won't register, which allows, where is that? Get server, get register events, new UI events. Where is it? And the main class and statecraft. Because I have to put in now the. I don't want to do that. That's not smart. Now I have to create a base UI. I don't like that. So I can't use a super. That's not good. If I do what if I do this? Maybe I can implement it. So I do UI, and I do implements. Extends. Ooh, maybe that works. Don't like that. Create test, create subclass, create subclass, UI events, implement, add, and then I just do copy that there, go to there, extends and implements listener, just like that. And with the listener, right, I can put that in there, and I don't need this anymore. So then now the UI event. So where's the block menus, UI events? I can remove that, delete anyway. So the UI event events. Search for dependency. Nah, I messed up big time now. Since UI. More actions. Create subclass. Add. But now, that's not what I want to do because this is a problem. If I don't want to create a subclass. Delete, okay. Delete anyway. Let me refactor that. How do I refactor? There we go. I want to create events if I can't, because the problem I'm facing right now, if I go into the to my main class, statecraft, for the register, I don't want to register I don't want to put stuff in here because then I have to create a base thing. Oh, I can't speak. And if I create a base thing, then I've got a problem. So if I go to the UI event and I just say UI event extends UI and implements listener, this is giving me an error. Create constructor matching super, and then the UI name. So I put in public string UI name, and we make that an empty, so we put that empty there. Perfect. And then after the const super, I just say UI name equals UI name constructor. So I'm referencing that, so I put a C in there for the constructor. And then I think I have to cast this because it gave me errors. If I say string, I can't type. Let's see, will this work this time? Oh, but then I have to or what I can do for the UI events, I can just remove this, right? And I create a new UI temp equals new UI. But then I have to create the new UI. I don't like that. Or maybe I can just copy this, right? Cut that out and go to the UI.java, and under the UI class, so beneath all of this, I can put this there. Right, so say class UI events implements listener, and in that, because it's now I have reference like static, I've got reference to everything in here, so I can just so I've got the UI name here, which is in each other, so I can now remove that. Hopefully now we got removed the problem of us having to implement or reset the UI every time. Now the moment of truth. Will this give us an yes? UI events doesn't exist anymore. Statecraft. This doesn't exist anymore, so new UI. I don't like that. UI events. UI events. I don't see why does this not work. Import class UI.UI events. Okay, that's perfect. So that's how you reference a class. But now I have got the problem because I can't import class. Let's do that. Why does it? Oh, it's not public. Oh, that's why. Public. And there we go, there's the problem solved. Let's see, will it run? The moment of truth. Come on, Bucket, I believe in you. Ooh, there we go, timing reset, that's always a good sign. Now, if I click in, okay, that's good. Oh, but now I can't use any UI. Okay, so got that same problem again. But at least we can check if the UI is the correct one now. So if the UI if it doesn't match, we have to return him, but this doesn't seem to work. Of course it doesn't seem to work because it's always the same. Maybe I have to do event dot get view dot title. Let's try that. So that should maybe get the click event, and then yeah, because I think that's better. Okay, time is reset. That's always a good sign. Now, if I click here, I can still remove it. Oh, that's not good. But I can add stuff into my. Okay, I don't get why this not seems to be working. Event.getView.getTitle. Let me do this. And let me do first get this over there. And let me do player. I want to do a debug message. Send message, and then let me copy that, just like that, and paste it in there. And let's see what it says. Because if this doesn't work, we've got a problem. Now let's see. Timing's reset, and then I go back in, and let's see what happens now. Crafting, importer. Okay, so this is the UI crafting, apparently. This is what crafting is called. Okay, so what I can do, maybe wait, let me just test it in survival mode. Is it still called crafting? Yeah, it's still called crafting. Okay, so what I can do now. But that's not smart, because then I've got chests, for example. It's not good enough, because we go to chest. It says chest. Event if objects match. If they match, then I'm going to say here, I'm just going to remove this for now. Player.send message, and you copy this, right? And I want to check, does this work? If I do player.send message, and then I get the object.get equals the title. I just do I comment that out because I don't want that. And I just copy that, and I paste it in there, and I just say say custom inventory. There we go, perfect. And now if I run this, oh wait, where's my on click? Oh, I've got double the thing. Oh my word, oops, allow. There we go. And I rerun this. Let's see what happens. Please warning. Wonderful. And timings reset. Wonderful. Okay, perfect. So if I go back in here and I run this, and now if I click crafting, importer, what was that checking for actually? It doesn't seem to be working. No, it doesn't seem to be working, because if I go back into here, it checks if the objects get UI name and get view are the same. If we just say, maybe I can just say that UI name, maybe that should work. And then I can just do that equals, and then I remove that. Oh, that just gives me an error. Operator cannot be applied to dot to string. Now let's do that. Maybe this works. So I'm quickly checking if the UI name of the class and the UI that's open, because this is run every time a UI happens. So if you open your inventory or if you change something, this is run or ran basically. Now, so let's see here. So if I go onto the, well, if I go here and see, let's see, it's timings reset. Wonderful. I'll go back in. It says importer. Okay, it says I click the button now, but I can still interact with it. Crafting. Oh, that's weird. Let me see, because if UI name custom inventory, it doesn't say custom inventory. Let's say if it doesn't equal to what? If I do that, so if we do that maybe, because if the UI name does not equal to the event, then we say custom inventory. but it doesn't say that. Maybe I have to remove this because this might be overriding some stuff. Now let's see what happens. Come on, paper, I believe in you. Don't frustrate me now, paper. Okay, wonderful. So now if I run this, if I run this now, whoops, my thing's lagging behind. Okay, it says custom inventory, but if I click here now, it also says, why does it say custom inventory? That's annoying. Why do you say custom inventory? So if the UI name, oh, wait, what? We get the UI name. What? What? So we say, probably starting UI name. And now this is the same name there, but what? If it doesn't equal. So if it's equal, so it doesn't equal. So this and this are not the same. It says custom inventory. But if I rerun this now, because it might actually work, because it makes sense, because it's not equal to. Now if I go back to here and I run it, it doesn't say custom inventory, but if I click there, it's don't see why it doesn't say wait, what? So if it's custom inventory, so we're saying if the UI name, so UI.UI name is the same as the UI that's currently event that's happening, we say player.set message custom inventory, and it's there's an error, no wonder. 92. Let's do that. So we don't have custom model data. Check custom model data first. Okay, but let me first do that. So we got an error now. That's good actually, because now we know that's not me going crazy. Let's see if it's loading. Timing's reset. Wonderful. So I go back to my Minecraft and I do that. Nothing happens. Absolutely nothing. Why does... I don't need to take that one. Nothing happens. Do we get an error now? No, we don't. I double click on here, nothing happens. Because, why does it not happen? Let's just do that. And I go and copy all of this. And then I go one beneath, just like that. And now if I open, so say if the UI.get event get view title.toString. So we get the event. What if I do player? So if I do player.get not view distance client or get inventory, get open inventory dot title dot toString. So it will get the player, get the open inventory dot title dot toString. Let's see if this actually works. If it does, that's very good. Hello. So it's time is reset. Wonderful. So now if I go back and we run, it says importer, and that's it. Oh wait, that's actually cool. That's no, never mind, because it now just says whatever we're opening. It says test UI. It says test. Okay, so the get thing works, but we don't get the custom inventory. And because I'm clicking, where do I get the .toString? This doesn't work. Why? I click here, it doesn't say custom inventory. Why does it say the importer? Wait, this is probably in the block listener somewhere. UI.open get event.get player. No, it's not in here. The UI. I don't understand. So if the UI and the player get title of toString, let me actually just copy this, right? And we do this again just with this one. And then we run this. Now, when I open it up, and we can see here, it's not done loading yet. Time is reset. There we go. Now, okay. Translatable component implements key container.crafting. So this is what it sees. And then it says here, content equals, so I have to check for the content. So it says here, that's the key, container.crafting, and the content. So I have to check for content, so not dot title, but dot content. So I say, dot no, this doesn't be working. Get inventory, the title. Let's see what this does. Gets the title of the inventory window, returns the title. Net.cairo adventure text serializer. Gets get title. What is this? Dot title, dot get title. Gets the title of the window, deprecate in favor of title, returns the title. Public abstract string get title. Oh, that's where it happens. Let's see if I go back to the UI and let's say get title. And this returns a string, so I don't need the toString. If I rerun this, maybe this works, or maybe it doesn't. Let's see what happens. Still says the same thing. Content importer style confused bold set, structurally not set, underline not set, italic color. Okay, that need content. What if I do dot content? Play dot get open dot get content dot converse dot con dot get title, get original title. What does original title mean? Gets the original title of this inventory before any changes were made using .set title string. Change the original title. Do I say anywhere set title? So back to the UI. Display name meta. Meta. Where do I use a set title? Create it. No. It doesn't. So the original should stay the same, actually. So now if I go back inside and see what happens. Come on, please load faster. Hello everybody who's joining right now. How are you doing today? Because I'm doing wonderful. If I click in here, it says importer. It still gives the same content. If I click here, it gives me absolutely nothing. Yes, it does. It gives me a key. Does it also give me a key for a chest, or does it give me a container? No, it does give me nothing for the chest or whatever. I don't like this. How can I check if the container I'm having? Maybe I'm overthinking this. I might be overthinking this, actually. Let's rethink. So every time it's clicked, first I'm going to get the player who clicked it, then do the set cancel event. Before that, so I'm going to say if the I'm going to say get, I'm going to say player dot get open inventory dot title, and I'm going to say if that does not, so if it does not equal to, if it equals to the UI dot get UI name. Why do you not like? You want a string. What's the problem here? Operator cannot be applied to. The string class represents a character of strings. All strings chosen in Java, such as ABC, implemented a set of classes. Strings are not constant. Their values cannot be changed after they are created. String buffers support mutable strings because strings objects are mutable. They can be shared, for example. I can't do that. The class, okay. So I can't do that. Get you. Oh, maybe what I can do. String get you name dot get bytes to uppercase. Maybe I have to just remove all of that and then just say equals, and then I say player dot get open inventory dot title dot to string, and say UI dot get UI name dot to string, right? To string. Why do you not want to work now? Why are you not working right now? Did I use the equal somewhere else? Get block, get type, no. Get action. Do I use it here? Chrono. Get player. No. Where would I use? Not in the button. No. No. In the elements. No. This is annoying because now I can't check if it's working. Let's see. Where does this indicates whether some objects equal to this one there. Object obj, return this obj, or it only takes one parameter. Expected one equal. If I just do equal, for static method. 2dk. I need 2 now. Expected. Oh no, this is not good. I don't want the equal. Just say player dot get open image dot title dot to string dot equals, and then we say UI dot get UI name dot to string. It's already a toString. Now where's the error? Because this doesn't exist. So now if I go back to all the way to the beginning and I rerun this, almost there. Please environment auto-host always local property timings reset. Let's go back to Minecraft and let's see what happens. Nothing. Because why does nothing happen? Not get to clicked. If player. Oh wait, because I didn't set. Oh wait. And they match. So if the two match, when you say player dot send message hello world. Why deprecated? Absolute API is used. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going. Let's go to the live control. Let's see what happens if it's finally done. Timings reset, wonderful. So I go back in here and we run the local host. And I'm back in the car. Wait, does it now cancel everything? Yes, it does actually. Oh, that's not good. I don't like that. So it cancels everything. Oh, this is annoying. So if the player that get up the title dot to string is the same as, let me just do that. Let me do that. It's the same. So if the title and the UI is the same, because when I click on the block, the UI opens, And once the UI opens, once the UI opens, the class instantiated and created with the components are further on. And it's going to be a problem if we're going to save stuff later on, but that's not a problem for now. If we're learning terrain. But now, if I do that, also removes point. Does it cancel everything? Yes, it does, actually. Why do you cancel everything now? So if the player .title.toString equals the same as the UI name, but because the UI name's only ran, whatever, so say if it does not equal, let's see what happens when it says if it does not equal to. What happened there? Because what's the problem we're having right now is that we've got different UIs. So we've got block 1, block 2, and then we've got the player UI. And we can do this in black. So we've got a different UI, and the problem is all of them are can't work together. But the problem we're facing right now is that we cancel everything, but it can't detect if this one from this one apart, because we only want to cancel this one, for example. So if the name of these two do not match the name of there, it should not cancel. But that's what we're having right now, and not good. Okay, it says hello world. That's good. It still says hello world. Okay, so now okay, so now if it doesn't match, it says hello world. Oh, this is annoying. Okay, so maybe if I do that and then I just copy that there and we do there and then we do that there, and maybe let's see what happens. Because now if I can click on something and it sets cancels to, but I can put a paper whatever into my inventory and it doesn't cancel it, that's always a pro. Okay, that's not good. Why do you not work right now? Why do you not work? What did I do wrong? What does a weak warning want? So what, I can just do that and do that and invert it. No, that doesn't seem to be working. Let's see, maybe this works. Equals. Actually, objects dot. Okay, so that's why it doesn't work. Let's see what happens now, because at this point I'm kind of lost of seeing anything happening. I guess it says hello world. Now the moment of truth. No, I can't. Because they are the same. What? If I rerun this. And now I go back into Minecraft. And now I click here. Nothing happens. What? Why does nothing happen? Okay, I'm done now. So I'm going to do now is I'm going to say here, to say bucket.getLogger.info, and then I'm just going to copy that, and then I'm going to say bucket.getLogger.warning, and then I'm going to do again bucket.getLogger.info, and then I'm going to get the UI name, because I am done now. I have no idea what's happening. There we go. Hello world, reset. Now I'm to go back to here. I'm going to click there. I'm to click a bit here, and I'm going to click and get some stuff in my inventory. And let's see what happens. Nothing, absolutely nothing happens because the bloody thing wasn't cool. Oh, okay. So this wasn't met. So this wasn't met. So the get UI name, because if I now do this maybe, and then rerun this, because if this wasn't printed, this was never met. And that might actually lead to the cause to the problem. Now let's see what happens. I click there, and then I click in my inventory. There we go. And let's see what happens now. So, oh, okay, no wonder it doesn't work. So the one just says importer, and the one says text component implements content importer style. Ah, okay, that makes sense. So I have to change this. So if I go back up here, maybe I can say, so open dot title dot to string dot append dot click event dot append new line append space as component children compact dot key maybe, or get. So maybe say dot get key. No, because what I'm noticing here, right, is since we've got the text component implements content and they've got the key, so maybe say get compo no dot, no, not working, get title, get inventory. Further on, oops, there we go. Doesn't seem to be working. I've no idea why. Let's see. So I have. This is annoying. So why can't I get the dot to string? Why can't I get the component? Because my problem I'm relying on is that these two aren't the same. Translatable component implements. So dot. Maybe if I just do event dot get view dot original title dot to string. Oh, it's already a string, so I don't need that. So I can do that. I can rerun that. And now I have a problem. Well, not a problem. We'll see if we have a problem. Because if it just doesn't work, then we've got a problem. Because I have no idea how I'm supposed to fix this. I'm going to click once there. And then in my inventory, I'm going to take out whatever and put that in there. And now, okay, this is what I was looking for. That is good. So now, if I change out the player event, so if I change this out to that, as you can see here, these are two same objects. That's importer. If they match, they run this. If they don't match, it doesn't match. Okay, this is very good now. Now we'll see this running. It's running. And it's running. And it's still. Time is reset. Wonderful. To go back to Minecraft. So now, if I click on here, nothing happens. But if I go onto here and I do this, yes, it works. Oh my word, it works. Oh, this is so cool. Now I can click on, let me do the test UI interface. I can't click on there, but I can, oh, I can't move that. Okay, that's just unfortunate. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Importer. Okay, text component. Where do I get the text component? Importer text component. I've got the same problem again. But the good news, it kind of works, because now I can move stuff around. It doesn't cancel it. And I can click, and it still does. It works. Wonderful. Maybe, no, I don't like that. Maybe what I could do is I could, yeah, so let's do this like that. Yeah, that's fine for now. Now let's do like that. And then first we do event.custom model data. Do that, then we say if that equals null. Oh, why does that kind of let int to null? Equals, let's do that, and we do int. Doesn't work. Extracting side effects is always false. Oh, okay, let's leave it like that for now, and then let's rerun that. Compile jar process up to date. Let's see if this works now, because now if I click on a button, we fixed the problem. So now let's first test again. So if I go in E and I put this in there, I can, yes, and now I can. You clicked on the button, and I can click somewhere else. It doesn't work. Ah, wonderful. So a simple U, and I say TUI, and nothing happens. Wonderful. This, but now I can't click in here, but that's fine for now. Now this is very good, because then we have, oops, why does this keep happening? At least it resets every time we rejoin, so that's the bonus point. This is very good, because since we're doing this, like, since this is good, we can now have interactions with whatever block, but the interactors do not interfere with whatever other thing it is. Okay, now this is just a problem because the paper is available for everyone else to see, but once that's over, it doesn't happen again. Okay, now that is good. That's very good. Now I just need to think, what am I going to do next? Because I think we're going to work on the button engine. Reason, or what I mean by the button engine is that if we do, oh, hi firewall, sorry I didn't see you. How are you doing today? My bad, I didn't see you, my chat wasn't open. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful, if you're asking. I'm currently working on a custom UI engine for my plugin. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm currently working on or figuring out why this doesn't seem to work. So, how are you doing today? I'm using IntelliJ, so I'm using Spigot, and well, I've got an error, but I'm using Spigot or Paper. The Paper, you know what Paper is, right? The server software. So, if you see the top right, no, wait. So you can see some on my F3 screen. I can't find that right now. But using the Paper, and then I'm using Java. So I'm creating a custom plugin, and the plugin is supposed to import and export stuff. So as you can see, I've got a boat over there, and now this boat is supposed to showcase, oh, the items come in. At the moment, we're working on custom UIs for the blocks. If you're wondering how I'm getting these, the UI, whatever, the custom interface, I'm using a resource pack. So the plugin is called Statecraft. If I remove the resource pack, you see it's just paper. It's just paper and armor stands. And the boat's also just paper and armor stands. So without the resource pack, it's not that impressive. Ah, thank you so much for subscribing. My alert box is broken at the moment, I can see, but thank you so much. So yeah, I'm currently working on that. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. So the UI, why is the UI not working? Because it can't check if it's null. Why does it not work? Invoke block menus, invoke could not pass cannot invoke because return value is null. Oh, so if I click, it's not bad, it's fine. So what I'm going to do now, right, is I'm going to continue working. So what I'm going to do now is make the UI a bit simpler to use for me. So do you know how to use Java? Firewazy, my bad, I can't read. Do you know how to use Java? Do you know how to use Java? So I can continue explaining, or I can restart. So anyway, so for the custom blocks, where is that? Blocks, custom block. There we go. No, block listener. This is where I set up the UI. So this is now for every block I create, but so I can say, for example, in slot 13 and 10 and 3, it's going to be a button. And each slot starts at 0 and ends at 26 for this size. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3. Slot 3, that's slot 10 there. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 13 to the middle here. So that's what currently happens with the thing. Oh, no bad. I can't build at all. So it's no, my building is not good at all. Oh, no worries, everyone starts somewhere. The plugin development took too long to learn, so if you want I can help you, or not help, I can explain to you if you don't understand something. But yeah, thank you for watching. I feel so lonely the past few hours. So this is how I basically create a program or sub-program, and then I call this function, and this says, okay, in slot number 13, make it a button. And this is basically what happens or when I run something. So if I have the button now, the button looks like this, right? This square is the button, and if I can show you. And these buttons are also just retextured papers. So if I disable resource packs, I disable my resource pack again. You see, it's just a paper. So resource packs are super powerful. Without them, none of this would have been useful. Do you know how to use resource packs, or do you know anything about resource packs? Because it gets complicated really quickly with certain things. So I set the resource pack for the UI, the custom model data is 10111. And with custom model data I can set whatever paper, I can make these things, like 3D things. Yeah, so this is basically what's happening at the moment. So to make this more like an immersive, or make it more a, how do I say, make it immersive, interesting, or not interesting, immersive import-export plugin basically. So you've got the base, you know, like any SMP server. So you've got the base economy plugin. I want to make it more advanced. You can have stock markets, trades, and so further on. That's what I'm trying to do. And with that comes custom UI. So getting back to that, now I've got the base UI. I want to do my thing, because what I've got the problem now is, so let me reset this. So file new, don't save. So imagine I've got the UI now. So I've got the UI here, my beautiful UI, and I've got a button here, and I say I want a button here. What I want to do is that the textures align. So you know there's a square before, right? What I want to do now is so that the square, there are different squares that can align like that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 squares, or 7 and 8. Yeah, let me quickly make that. So if I open my Visual Studio and I quickly go into the chatting, and I want to reveal myself, my personal information, open and reveal and file, reveal and file of Explorer. There we go. And come back to my starting scene. don't want to reveal private information. Textures, UI, I've got the buttons here. This is another thing. Oops, wrong scene. Here, there's a button. Ah, thank you so much. My stream skin or my Minecraft skin? Thank you. Oh, thank you. This is... So what I'm going to do now is, because here, so we've got the UI blank, so this is set on default. So we've got button. Let me do this F2 button closed, or button 1. This is going to give me a few errors, so I have to go back to the UI button. So change this to UI button. How did I do it over there? UI button _1 and _1. And I want to rename this, so F6, no F2. So now that this is the resource pack, now I'm changing the name, so I've got multiple buttons, but basically I'm referencing this image, right? So I'm taking this image from the resource pack and I am putting it. So this is the code. So this is what Minecraft looks for. It looks for, so it says, this tells Minecraft, okay, so it's basically a big square, and how you display it. So the rotation is 100, the translation is basically the X and Y Z position, and this is how big it is. Then it goes, okay, so this is the UI. So I go back to the paper, so this is the item I'm referencing, right? So if I go here to get the UI button _1, and I save, because why did I get an error? Why did I get the error? This, let me reset that quickly. Oh, that's why, because I moved that, and _1. And now this is basically the predicate says that, so with textures, the base texture is the paper, right? And the parent, don't worry about that. So it says override, says we overrides, we're going to change this, and then it checks for the custom model data. So it's going to check for this code of numbers or letters, right? So check for 101011. This is going to be different for every other resource pack using custom model data. And then it says, okay, so since I'm checking here, so this is custom model data 101012. So it's going to check for this button here, and this says use these textures, and these textures reference to this image over here. That's basically what happens with the buttons or the resource pack. And to reload is F3 and T. Let's check if something happens. Oh, that's good. That's good. Do you enjoy building more? Is your special skill building? Okay, nothing changed. Wonderful. Is your skill building? Do you enjoy the building of whatever you do? And hello everyone who's joining right now. See, we've got another viewer. How are you doing today? We are currently working on a economy plugin, to say it simply. Right, so I'm going to go back into my IDE, integrated development environment. You're good in building. That's very cool. That's very good. Let me do that before my thing breaks out. Now, so hold on, okay, I'm waiting. Anyways, so what we're going to do, right, is we are going to continue. So we just start building an algorithm. So basically, to check here for. So instead of changing the set element to an integer, I'm going to change it to a array. So array is basically just a long list. So let's say I've got a list. Okay, thank you for joining me, Faraway Z, and it was a lot of fun having you. See you then, I guess. So what we're going to do now, guys, is, so the problem we are facing now, if I want to say I want to have a button here and a button here, each button will be separate. But let's say I want a button that is 2 slots big. Now this is where we want to build a algorithm. Now, like what I've worked out before, is that each button can only be in 4 directions. So it can only go either in that direction or in that direction. It cannot go diagonal, or it cannot not have more than one direction. So we only can have one direction. What am I saying? We can't have more than two directions to make my life easy. And to keep the textures down, because each button basically is going to have 8 different textures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think, yeah, if I can count correctly. So what this means is that, let's say we only have a button with 2 slots. So the algorithm is going to check, okay, so we've got a button here, and we're going to say, so is the button beneath me? No. Is the button to the right of me? Yes. So it's going to look for the sample on the right, which is this one. It's going to take this sample and put this and change this slot to be that sample. Now the reason why I want the array is so that if I say, for example, have button slot this and slot this, the algorithm only needs to know which direction it's going, if that makes sense. So it checks, are we going in a positive direction? If yes, then we go the button next to it. Are we going to a negative direction? And so further on. Now that's what we're going to be working on right now. So if you have any ideas, make sure to tell. I love to see and hear what you guys think. Yeah, let's continue. So because we've got our set element here, so the set element sets the slot number. So as you can, so we've got an integer. Integer is a whole number. It doesn't have decimals or a boolean or is a thing, so it's a whole number. And the your elements is, don't worry about that, it's custom elements we coded in the last stream. Now, so in the slot number, we've got, so for example, in our block listener, this is how we create a custom inventory. And here I say, for example, slot 13, make that a button. But let's say I want slot 13 to, I don't know, slot 13 to slot 20 to be one big button. 20. Now, this is where an array comes. Array is like a list, so I can have multiple elements of that. And what I'm going to do now is where I'm to experiment a bit. I don't need a UI button, I just need the UI. Is I'm going to say in the set element, I'm going to change this to an array. So a list of type int. I say int, I think integer like that. And then I'm just say button size. There we go. So with the button size, I can now, instead of the slot number, I say now in here for for I in not for int I equals 0. I equals 0, and then we're going to say here, right, to put the int I. So then we're going to say if the I is less than button size, we're going to say I add 1. I add 1. Perfect. Now with that, to copy that, to paste it in, and now we just put an I in here. And I'm to say, I can't say dot length, so I say dot size. There we go, because it's going to check the size here. Oh no, this is dumb. This is actually dumb. So I'm to say, no, this is dumb. I can't just put the I in there. I'm just going to say, so I'm going to say button size dot index of or get, and then we do I. Now this should work, because what I'm doing, I'm saying, okay, so we're gonna say we're gonna start at, oh no, I see the problem, because if I say from button size at slot 13, it's gonna run 13 times. Not good. So I'm just say I can just do button size dot get index 0. So now if I say at 13, go to slot 13 to 14. It's going to say start at 13, 14. Okay, that should work. Now if I go back to my register block, no, to the custom block, no, to where's my block listener? There we go. It wants a list, so So singleton list 13 until 15 to 0, or I can do that, and then I do that and that. Maybe why does it not work? Expected or that. So oh, I have to do that. Maybe let's see what happens now. No, it doesn't. Okay, so I want to have 15 and so I want to have 13 and till 17, and then I don't know. I need to create a list now. Let's say list. Okay, I'm going to do that separately now. So I'm going to say list. So type of integer. Int. I'm going to say button size equals new list int. Why do you not work? Integer. Then integer. I close that off. Identifier expected. Hello. No. Button size. There we go. And then new list. List abstract cannot be instantiated. Post list. What? Okay, let me Google. So say Chrome open, and then I'm just going to put in here no, how to use lists in Java, because I probably forgot how to do that. Okay, that makes sense. So list string names. Okay, that makes sense. So I don't need to put that in there. I can just do that. So I say lists button size or numbers equals new array list. Array list. So we copy the example they have here. So let's put that back inside. So I'm going to put this in here and Alt Enter. Can I change this to an array list? Array list. Yeah, I can do that. That's better. And then I'll just say numbers. And before that, say numbers dot append or add 13, 12 to size numbers dot add 12 to 16. So now if I put these two in, it's going to take the first ones to start at 12 and go to 16. Let's see what happens, because this works first try. I am going to be very happy. Okay, so let's see. And timings reset. Wonderful. Go back to the server. And no buttons. Why are there no buttons to UI? So we don't get any buttons. Why do we not get any buttons? That's now. Oh no. 97. How do I fix this? Let me just ChatGPT the answer, because I'm too lazy to do that. There we go, and let's open ChatGPT. ChatGPT, and now try ChatGPT and just want to paste in. So there. Let's see what happens. So it says on click is calling null. This usually happens when the item is null or type material A. So on click. Oh, and if item equals null, check out it's null or air. I can just copy that. So before we do that, I just do that, and then I do and then we just copy. So we do event dot get current item and event dot get current item dot type. So I'm to say oopsala, Control C, and I'm to paste that back in there. V, and now for say event dot get current item dot get type. So I'm to remove that there, and now so this basically checks if there's an item. So if the item has any data at all. If it doesn't have any data, so if it's empty, like it's empty slot with nothing inside of it, it will not run basically. So warning, you not update in a while. Don't care, paper, please stop that. Oh, I got an error. No, never mind, that's just me being delusional. Okay, so we go back inside and then I click on it, still nothing happens. First remove the high, since I know it works. So in the UI, I'll remove this to be empty. So this doesn't work. That's annoying. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to take all of this stuff and to remove that, and I'm also going to remove that because I know that works. And in the not fuel inventory, but in the set element, I'm just going to say here event, I'm going to say bucket.getLogger.info, and then we're just going to say i.toos, and to cast the integer as a string. This doesn't work. Inconvertible types cannot cast ink. Okay, I can't do that. i.toString. Can't do that. Cannot resolve. I can't put that there. Okay, I can string the value of. That's another way of converting it to a string. So let's see what happens. Warning, not updated. Please download build instructions from. Oop, I found. Is that an error or not? No, that's just me being falling for the same thing again. So joining that. Hello, everybody who's joining. Still no stuff. That's interesting. Let's go back and see why this is happening. Let's see here. So this does not seem to be running. Why do we not get any buttons? Bucket.getLog string value off. It didn't even print it. So basically, if we didn't even print anything, this was never run. But this was open, so I don't understand. Neorealist.add event.getPlayer.sendMessage get UI name. This is now annoying. Oops, sir. I almost dropped something. I don't like that. That's not good. But okay. So currently we've got the problem that if you say on block break, no, this is the wrong one. So the UI, if you look at the wrong thing. So set element, so we get the item material, we get the data or the meta, then we get the custom model data, then we get the item, and then before we set the inventory, we check for iron range, button size, or get. Let's why? So this is not even ran. What if I just do and do that, and we just remove that? Let's see what happens now, because if this doesn't run, then we know there's a problem. If the function isn't run, how can we open it? That might be another problem. Let's go back into Minecraft. It doesn't seem to be working. Okay, at least this is empty now. Why do we not get any? Oh, that's not good. So I can't do that. You know what I actually could do? Instead of using a list, I can just say, I can add 2 elements. So I can say int start, and I say another integer, int end. And then instead of doing that, I can just say equals start, and that equals, and we do here is smaller than end. And then we just say I. Wonderful. So now basically if we it doesn't work. So int reason actual formal argument length differ. UI. Oh, that's why. So we start at 13. So we say 13 and then we go. Then we need another element, so we need to go 13 to 17. And then we run. Hello everybody who's joining right now, how are you doing today? Now, if we set that and we're joining, how are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful if you're asking. Oh yes, finally, it works. Oh my word. If you don't understand what's working, so basically now I can set a button size. If that doesn't make sense. So basically imagine, let me explain from the beginning, when it's joining new. So what I'm creating is a plugin to have create import export more dynamically, and I'm creating custom blocks with the plugin, and these custom blocks have custom UIs, and these custom UIs are going to have custom elements. And right now these squares you can see here are buttons, and I'm currently working on with a paper plugin. As you can see, it works. A paper plugin, and this paper plugin basically allows me to create all of this fancy stuff. And right now, so what I just created here, where is it? On block break, on OpenGUI, no, this is the UI. I'm able to set the size of the button, and this took too long to create. Just give you a brief overview. And how are you doing today? Because I'm doing wonderful. So, after continuing from here on now is I'm going to see here. So I'm creating the button. Now I just need to have them connect, and now this is where a bunch of the effort continues to work. But open this up. So this is the current UI I have, and here, so we've got the button 1. And I'm just going to copy this and to paste this here. Button 2, button 3, button 4, and how many buttons do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 buttons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm just to start the renaming. So rename button 1 to button 2, and then to button, nope, button 3, and then we have to do this. This is somewhat tedious, I know. I also don't want to do it, but I have to. Button 4, then we're going to have button 5, then we're going to have button 6. Almost done, so close, and then we can start working on the U. No, button 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. F2, I'm doing the wrong thing. So button 5. Come on, I believe in myself. 5. Then button 6. And finally button 7. Before I make a mistake, let me just double check everything. There we go. I'm to go back to our paint program. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need 8. You know what? We're just going to have diagonal, so I don't need that, and I also don't need that, and also don't need that. So I have 1. Also don't need that. So I have 1. Where's the other one? 1, 2. I need 3 buttons. Okay, for now we're going to do diagonal. So it's button 1, button 2, what I'm going to right click and just say open with paint.net, button 2, and then I'm going to go back in there, then I'm going to write open with, where is this open with say, I'm just going to open my paint.net, and this is the button. So for the second button I need to create back into a paint. So I've got that, so I need to open that side, so I'm going back to here. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to select this eyedrop tool, and then I'm going to go into brush, make the hardest. I'm going to go to the pencil, and just going to go all of this. Then the color picker tool, I'm going to select that, and then we go back to the pencil and do this like that, and save. Just okay, and then I'm going to go back to my here. So you've got button 1 done. Where is it? So button 1, button 2. Then I need a button 3 and a button 2, 3 and 4. Yeah, I need button 2, 3 and 4. Open. So button 2, I'm going to go, so this is that side over there. Then I'm going to go for the color picker and to go back to the thing, back to the pencil, the P for pencil, and open that. Then I'm going to save, press OK. Then I'm going to go all the way down, press K for color pick, press P for pencil, and remove those ones over there. So now, and then I'm going to press K for color picker tool again, and we add these two over there and there, and press OK. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's good for now. So we can only have diagonal buttons, that's all I need. Back into VS Code, UI, I need the paper. So button 1, I need to copy this. Button, let me see how many buttons do I need. 2, 3 and 4. Button 2, 3 and 4. Button 1, 2, 3 and 4. Perfect. How are you doing, everyone who's joining right now? Button 2, almost forgot. There we go, perfect. And now, where's my error? I forgot the commas. Always important in JSON text to add the commas. And finally, there we go, perfect. So if I go back to to copy this, right? To copy that, I'm going to paste it. Button 2, button 3, and button 4. Then I'm going to rename this to button 2. Then to rename this is always the most tedious part. Button 3. And then finally rename this to button 4. As you can see here, button 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if you go to button 5, it's back to the normal. So we go back to button 2 and change this to 2. This is the most tedious work we're going to do, basically all stream. Button 3, you change this back to button 3 and button 3. And finally button 4. Button 4 and button 4. Not much else going to change, because if we change that, it's going to be problematic. Right, so then we go back all the way to the paper. Where's my paper? And then we change this, so it's going to be 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 3, and 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 4, and 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wonderful. So now let's see. It's going to be button. Oh, that doesn't make sense. Let's do 10101. We do 101, 102, 2, 3, and 4. Just to make a bit more sense. Back into our IDE, because it's important that we keep the IDE. Hello everyone joining today. How are you doing? I'm doing wonderful. We changed the base. I'm to say this is the base. I'm working on a plugin. Currently working on a UI for a custom plugin I'm programming. If you're doing great, that's, I can't speak one word. I'm doing wonderful if you're asking, and hopefully you'll enjoy the stream. Thank you for joining. So this is the base of base UI element. So now with this base UI element, basically it's going to stay the same. And then if we check here, 1011, now I've got the problem, because how do I set it to button? Set element. Where do we set the, there we go. Item, no. Ah, perfect. So we say if it's 0, it's 0. If it's so if it's a button, it stays 1. Perfect. So back into our UI class. This is where all the UI is handled. To go back to my .setItem class, right? And in that set item, we're going to change it. So first I'm going to check. But there's a bunch of edge cases I'm not going to worry about right now. So first we can check from, so if it equals 1010, if it's 1012 or no, it's 1011 for the button, right? And then if we go via, so it's 101. I want to make a list, but it doesn't work. Ooh, this is hard. Because if I were to change it now, so if I were to say there are, or we've got 4 different buttons, or 5 different buttons, how do I check all of these buttons? Do I just check if it says a tag? But I want to get them because, this is difficult. You know what, actually I need to rework this now. So can I get automated or get tag? Can I get the tag? Or get custom container has custom tag. Ooh. Get enchant level, get enchants, attribute modifiers, placeable keys, can't use those. Dot get custom model, get enchant level. Let's see, has attribute modifier. Ooh. Has this. Wait. That's good. So we're gonna check the display name. Oh, I can just check the display name. Oh, that's smart. I can do that. I can do so. Get display name. Why does it say deprecated? Oh, I can just say dot display name. So I have to say just dot display name. No, why don't you want to work? Rename reference. Why does this not want to work? Oh. Dot. Oh, and we have to change this. So I have to change this to the, where is the button? So back to the UI component, no UI elements. Paper.getType. Get value. Does our thing have a button? So it just says paper. Oh, that is not good. What I could do is, let's see here. So I don't like that. Okay, this is for the custom model data. So the get custom model data. UI button. Where do I set that? So if I go back to the UI elements, where do I set all of the different? Oh, there we go. So if we say button, no, button is there. It's used there. If I just rename this, if I just say F2, no, right click and refactor and rename, and then just button. Let's see. Get display name. Oh, this is difficult. Wait, so if I go back to the UI elements and I check here, it doesn't reference to the. This is difficult. Or what I could do, right? I could say public string get name, or we can say get UI name. There we go. So if you say get UI name, then I can do that and that. And then we just do if value equals 1 or 0, we do it properly. I'm going to say return, and inside the return I'm going to say it's blank. UI blank. There we go. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to do that there. I'm going to say UI. So I'm going to say if it's 1, return UI button, and then if everything else, we say return empty. There we go. If I go back to our UI, then I can just say UI elements dot get public, I guess. No, get UI name. Just going to copy that. UI elements can't be events. UI elements dot get static. How do I do it there? Public int. Why does this not work? Get value. It's not the best, but if I go to the UI, I don't like this. Make static. But now I have a, why does this not work? Operator can reflect, I don't like that. If I go back to your elements, why does this work but this doesn't? Is it because it's a string? Or I can just do that, get data, and I can just copy this. And I save a bunch of time, but then I can just do void. And then I do that. That doesn't work. Wait, can I have multiple returns? So if I put this as a void and I do, I can't do that. No, that doesn't work. So for this to work, I have to change this. Why? But why can't I have? Do I have to put it at the top? So I have to say, I have to put this above them. Get custom model. Get custom model data. Why do you not want to work? Non-static method cannot reference from a static context. Oh, that's why, because more actions. Flip. Still doesn't work. More actions. So flip, invert, navigate, remove, context. But this gives me this error now. Maybe if I do that, I can put a comma here, right? And then I do another bracket there and a bracket, or I can just dot to string. And then I just do an equals, and then remove that bracket there, and there, it should be fine. There we go. Now that works. So now we get the UI elements dot get the UI name, which is this function over here, but the value doesn't seem to work. If I make that static, will this give me an error? No, it won't, but this will make me an error. Int value C, and let's say value equals value C. Make variable value may not be initialized. Equals 0. And what does this give me an error now? Cannot assign to a final variable value. I can't make it final, I can only make it static. Static. It's illegal to access static members of a value. What? Oh, I already have static. So I just don't need to have another static then, I guess. So, it's illegal to access member value from a enum constructor or instance initializer. Oh, this is fine. I can't set it final. Can I say constant? Maybe I can set it final and I just don't set it. But I can't set it then. Private set value. Final int. More actions to public. No, doesn't work. So final doesn't work. So if I say public int, public static void int, we can't say. So we say public static void value. It's illegal. Why is it illegal? Public int value. There we go. Make what? More actions. Make create field value, rename reference. No, I don't. I can rename the reference. So I don't like this. This is not efficient. Item material. No. Let's see. So, hello everyone joining. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. How are you? So what I'm currently facing, the problem is that I can't, if you know what Java is, I need to have it static, because otherwise Java complains for me for using the UI class, because this needs to be static. Or does it actually need to be static? It doesn't, because I can do this. No, it doesn't. Okay, that's just me being stupid. No, that's smart. So that, because I made a mistake here. Oh, never mind. I understand. Why does it need to be static content? Why is this static? But now I've got the problem in the UI elements here. I can't use this. Why not? Why can't I use this? Make what? Public static. It's illegal to access. What? Value. It doesn't seem to be working. It makes no sense. I don't know. Ooh, this is not good. This is not good. Yeah, so let's see. So if I can't set the static, how do I do this? Value equals value C. Value equals this dot value C. So this is fine, but I can't set it there. Do you have to put this beneath it? It might be, because this happens sometimes. So I have to paste it maybe in here, when I get value equals value C. It's legal to access static member value from email constructor initializer. That's not good. That's not good at all. Hello everybody joining. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. I'm currently working on a economy plugin with custom UIs and other custom things. If you have any questions, let free to know. I'll gladly answer them. And I'm currently working on a UI system for this plugin, and I'm contemplating why Java is so hard, because I can't set some variable type with another variable type. What if I unstaticify it? Maybe if I do that. So public int value, and values equals value C. But if I don't do the value, if I remove the static there, it's fine. If I go back to the UI, what if I do dot to string. It's abandoned. It doesn't. Why? Why do you have to be a hard driver? Why? No, more actions. I can't flip it. Flip, invert, if, negate. This does nothing. Why does it have to be static though? That's the problem. Why do I not? Because it's not, probably because I'm just setting something here. You know what I actually could do? I could, in the UI, I can just reverse not being static and save myself a bunch of time, go back all the way down to the problem, and I'll just say string UI name equals that, and then we do UI name. Why is this an error now? Why does it have to be static? What? What? Why does it have to be static? This makes no sense. Public string. Public static. Static string. I'm GPTing this. Let me ask ChatGPT, why does this have to be static? So I'm going to go back all the way here and just say here, where's my ChatGPT? Why does this have to be static? You wrote, asking does get have to be static. It has to be static if you're calling UI elements without creating an instance of your. Oh, that makes more sense. So I've created the UI element somewhere up here. Yes, that. Okay, that makes way more sense. That makes way more sense. So just say here, comma, UI elements dot Buttercup. Hello everyone who's joining. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. How about you? I'm going to be working on a plugin, and this plugin is basically a Connery plugin with custom UI. If you want to see here, I've got custom UI with buttons that all work, and so further on. And I'm currently working on a more advanced button system, so the buttons are interconnected. So in the UI elements, let's just say button type B. Let's just say B. And then I remove, and then we just say B dot, so we say B dot get UI name. If I go to the statecraft, this should not give me an error. No, it doesn't. Okay, this is good. This is good. If it runs now, it should do exactly the same. And the reason why I'm changing all of this is so just because I want not to focus on because the problem is, first I was using the custom model data, the number or tag that says this item or this ID belongs to this item model, and if I rely on that, the problem is I can't use the buttons so further on. Let me organize this a bit more so all the buttons are together. We rejoin, encrypting joining world. This should change absolutely nothing. Oh no, this is bad. Oh, it doesn't like spaces, that's why. Ooh. Let me copy this, actually, because it means something went wrong. The paper's what? Slash data get entity at e type equals item, comma sort equals nearest, comma limit equals 1. Text nothing. 1 oh what? My resource packs is being F3 and T. This thing is being weird. But this is most the same one, so if I do it's, where's my custom model data? So if I go back in here, say thrower motion paper origin paper 10111. Ah, so equals UI.blank, and this is 1. So I need to copy this, right? Go all the way back to my IntelliJ, go all the way to the UI, and change this to this. Has changed absolutely nothing. Okay. But what now good is that I can change where it is. Where is it? Here. Wait. Set item meter CMD. Let me just change it directly to 101.010 because this is the one that's UI blank. If I go to UI blank, it goes to UI blank, and UI blank goes to this. So that's good. Let me rerun this, I guess. Because I guess the plugin doesn't like enters or spaces. Now, let's see. How's the weather for you guys? Because my weather is lovely, except it's bloody cold. Let's go back inside and running. Now, let's see. It's still cursed. Why is it still cursed? What? My resource pack is weird. What? Did I save? So if I go back to the paper, I actually don't need this. Now let me rerun the resource pack. What? So it thinks that the importer UI. That's the only way I've got it, so I'm to delete that one too. Delete. Move to recycle bin. Oh, resource packs are weird. F3 and T. Where is it? Options, resource packs. Done. Back to game. Options, resource packs. Let me put this back in. I don't understand. Where does this come from? Why does it now have what? Custom model data 101 UI underscore blank. What's with the atlas? Might be the atlas. Oh, I forgot. Oh, no wonder. No wonder, underscore 1. No, it's just UI blank. So it stays UI blank. Parent item generated. Custom, but I also have the UI there. Oh, so to say UI underscore blank. Textures UI underscore blank. BLA and K. What? This is just weird. Well, let's see. So say cut, copy, open, integrated terminal. This is now weird. Why does this happen with the resource pack? Yeah, so the blank is just replaced. Textures, UI. Let me do F2. Let me click on that and do F2. Copy that, go back to this. Textures, UI. Let me do that, and but what does the button work? So I do slash give at s paper custom model data colon 101. I get this. Yeah, this works. So it's the book. So I do. So that's the blank. So where did the paper? Where did the error go? So basically, it's all shifted. What? So this is the blank texture, and if I do this 2 now, that's the first one. If I do 3 now. That's the second one. Nothing changes. That's not good. Why does nothing change? I don't like this. We'll see, because I don't know. Why does this keep happening? What? That's not the best. Let's see. To move this to that side. I don't know why this keeps happening, because what keeps? Well, this makes no sense, because these two textures are exactly the same. What if I do completely 9? Doesn't it's what? Well, this is not just completely baloney or bonkers, plonkers. It makes no sense. Why does that keep happening? I have no idea. What? I've no idea why this keeps happening. Why does that happen? It doesn't make sense to me. What? Okay, that's no weird. So I only have basically the basic buttons. So if I do 1010, I get that. This texture doesn't even exist. Actually, F3 and T. F3 and T. So this is fine, because that makes sense if I put it on my head. So if I were to do... Where does this texture come from? Hello Minecraft? Where do you get this texture? Where do you get this texture from? Where? I've no idea where it gets this texture from. Blank. Button 1. Button 2. I've no idea where it gets the texture from. But apparently it does, so be it. Oh, that's where. That's with the 003, so I give myself an emerald, it should give me the exactly same thing. 1 1 0 1 0 0 3, and it's an emerald. No, it doesn't work. I have absolutely no idea where it gets this from. Okay, let's just do that and see what happens now. Because I guess something is overriding something. No, let's redo that. It's an F3 and T. No, apparently not. Why does this keep happening? Okay, there's going to be trouble for a later time, because I guess I'm just changing the base, so I'm going to go back to there. I'm going to change the base just by 1. That's so weird. No idea why this keeps happening. Now, let's rerun the server and see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. Perfection. Oh, this is a bit quiet. I like the music. What favorite genre music is your guys' favorite genre music? Does it say timings reset? Yes, it does. Okay, so I guess that seems to be working again. So if I say GUI, no, it doesn't. Oh my word. I am not happy. What? Why? Where does it get this texture from? Where? What? The resource pack is completely blonkers. Blonkers. I do not understand. But a bit off top, I'm to add a logo. Let's just add that logo over there. Logo. And I have to rename this to pack. So pack, and we do into Minecraft. Nope, don't change my OBS. Go back into Minecraft, and in that Minecraft, let's say F3 and T. Not a lot should have changed with option resource pack. If I go out and back in, maybe that has to happen. Nope, doesn't seem to happen. I do not. Oh, no wonder why this is happening. I have to change this to CMD. So where is this being put into or plugged into? There we go. CMD. Let's redo this. And let's see. And the moment of truth. That is the UI bugged. No, it's not. But the button is, of course it is. Everything has to be set up by 1. So elements, so it's 101 and 102. And now if we have to rerun this again, because of course I have to. This is so annoying. Oh my word. I do not enjoy this. When the plugin, or not the plugin, when the texture pack, or not resource pack, fails me. Okay, so the buttons work, but now of course nothing. Oh my words. Everything's broken. Why does a resource pack break right now? Oh, I'm gonna take a small break. See you guys in 5 minutes. Okay, I am back, everybody. How are you doing? Ooh. How are you doing, everybody? I'm super happy to see you. I've took a small break because my brain is completely fried. I'm working on a custom. Oops, wrong one. I'm working on a custom UI, or not UI, a custom economy plugin, and this economy plugin uses a resource pack. But the resource pack is at the moment broken. Everything in the beginning of the stream is basically done for nothing, but that's why we enjoy this, because if we fix it, it works. So let's get right into it. Let's see. So if I go Oh my word. So get custom model data. So if we have got 101, 102. But now we can't do the check again. Oh, this is annoying. Back to the UI class, I guess. Or what if I just do bucket.getLogger.info and then UI name. Let's do that and rerun this. And now did I get an error? No, I didn't. So we didn't get an error. And we rejoin. And I click here and I do some stuff. And then I click here and I do some stuff. I go back to there. It says absolutely nothing. When we first remove the other loop component logger, there we go. And just remove that because we don't need that. This, so the UI name doesn't even appear. This would even run. Wait, do I have a global UI elements? No, I don't. Okay, so I need to make this static because otherwise this doesn't work. UI elements. And now this needs to be static, but I don't want to make the static. Let me ask ChatGPT this because I have no idea how else I'm supposed to do this. So let's say static blank button is never set. Ooh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, I like that. No, I like that. So I can say just what type it is. I'm just say it is a U, so it's UI blank. Ooh, why does this not work? Blank value C. Where does this want it? Oh, and then I have to say here and a string. Let me say a type. Perfect. And then we just copy that there. What I think before of that. So I say hello everybody. If you're joining, I'm doing wonderful. How about you? So I'm going to say UI and we say button, just like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to do all the way down. And we see, so UI button, return. Ooh, now how do I do that? Just return that, so I just stay public UI.java. And then get UI name. And this has to be statics. Static. String. And then instead of saying value, we just say type. So if say, because value equals value C, I want to say, so when you say another, or item, say item name. Or item type. Just say item type because this is not used. Type. And then we just say instead of that, then we add another one. So we say item type equals type. There we go. And then we just say type. Type. Item type. Item type. Now this is still static, but I can't make that static because this has to be able to change. And let me just also do that, and then you continue with ChatGPT because I have no idea why this isn't working. This, please. Let me do that, and please only fix the UI, the static error. Wonderful, there we go. Got it. The main issue is that the get UI is static but relies on the instance of the ifig, which means it should be static. To fix this, if you keep it static, you'll need to modify the design slightly. Since static methods cannot access directly, you need to have to use either enum specified variables fields, make get UI an instant method, or modify the approach of the static method to just run specific data. Fix code. I don't want the material. UI elements. Get value, get UI name, or I can do that. We can do that maybe. So we just change that to that, and that works, I guess. That's very good. We go back to the UI. Says get UI name. But the get UI name, it needs an why does it need a int value? But I don't want a value. Let's do this item type, or let's just do I don't want a value, so we just do that. And then let me just quickly do that. Let's do item type. Just say, can you make it without an construct or without a parameter? If you want with static method with parameters, you would need to design it in a way that allows static method to operate in some. However, like the problem with so we need to make the method rely on class level, enum level values which are common instances. And then what did you do here? UI elements. This dot. I can do that. Smart. I can just say this dot item type. That doesn't work. I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. So I have to copy that, and then we paste this there. I think I didn't copy everything. No, I didn't. So do that there, and then I just do that there. Perfect. And if I go back to the UI class, it still says non-static. I don't like this. Let me run it. Error I just want to copy this. So I'm going to go back to ChatGPT because I'm completely stuck. There, and then I just want to copy this, so there, and then we just paste that in there. Okay, hello everybody joining. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. How are you? I'm working on the problems. White solution. Bucket. UI name. Dot button. Oh, I can do that. That's okay. Dot button. So if I say dot button, this all works out again. Then I can just cut this, and then instead of UI name, I just say, and say equals, and then I cut this out there, and I cut this out there, and I put this in here, and then I say we leave it there. Now, if this were to work, the button or the buttons in the UI, where's the error now? Ooh, we've got an extra one there. That's the error. Let's run and see what happens if we are rerunning the thing. Okay, so how was your guys' day? How was your guys' day so far? Because mine was wonderful, and if it works, it'll be even better. If I join again and reloading terrain. Okay, so that's working. And I can still move. Okay, that's good. So that's not broken. Ooh, there's an error. UI 92. Cannot invoke. Return is null. Oh, hello everybody joining. How are you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. Cause I'm doing wonderful. I'm working on a economy plugin and currently we're figuring out why stuff isn't working. So, yep. Why are you not working? That doesn't make sense. So if I go cannot invoke object.toString because value of org is null. What? Okay, I have no idea what this means. And then what this means, I have to ask ChatGPT to explain it to me, please. Cause so say, please explain it to me. And then we just say the error in here. And if you guys doing well, make sure to say in the chat, cause I love just reading you guys' messages. Item meta and display name is a class bucket. Why is it not working? How to fix? Before calling to string, or and you should check if it's null first. Okay. So I have to say just check if an item is null before I even call it. So I don't like these long if statements, but I'm too lazy to make this better. So event. So if event. If it doesn't, so if event, let's say event dot. I'm just gonna copy the rest of the things here because it's too long to type. And if I say dot to string, and I copy that, and I do that, and I change it dot get item metadata does not equal null, because if it does equal null, we've got a problem. Now let's rerun this and see what happens. Come on, please load faster. I don't have good patience. Double check, we don't have any errors. I go back to there and I run this. And I can't click on anything. But can I move things? Yes, I can. Did I get an error? Yes. Not good, not good. Let me just do... I actually just need one. To copy this, I'm to go back. How are you doing today? New people joining. I'm working on an economy plugin, and on this economy plugin, you can have imports, exports, and other sorts of stuff. It's more advanced, a quick thing. And yeah, and I'm working with resource packs to create custom UIs, and that's what we're currently working with. And I'm working on working on the UI engine for this plugin. But I'm running into issues, and I'm quickly doing some research with good old ChatGPT and see what he says. Is returns null. Okay, so I checked if it's null, does not equal null, but apparently it does equal null. So I'm just going to copy this and I'll say or this material error. So get current item. Why does he then give me this? So let's say if I do that and he says this, and because of course it's with the criminal, the null display easy for string comparison. Okay, so he doesn't like that. He also doesn't like that. This is his response. Let's see if it works. If not, we've got a problem. Okay, so what did he do? First, he checked if objects. Okay, that's the same. So he gets the item meta, right? Then he checks if the meta does not equal null and meta has display name. Then we just check here, get display name, so display name, and then we do check. Okay, that's an interesting way to handle it. I would have not come this on my own. Let's say the compile for details. No, I don't need that. We get any errors? No, we didn't. Wonderful. So let's go back and let's see what happens if we get a input. The item does not have a display name. Ooh. Okay, so that is good. That's good. So if it doesn't have a display name, but I don't want it to have a display name. I want to check for. Oh, but actually we have to give it a display name. Oh, that's not the best. We need to give it a display name. So item type has to be the display name. And if we do that with the display name, we've got a problem. Because we do this. Yeah, just leave it for now with the display name. We just have to check for that. So if I go where would I actually add the display name? That's the good question. Why does this not have a display name? Or where do I set the display name? Because I hear, but that's just for the base. And where do I set element? Let me say item. UIC.get custom model data. Okay, I do it here, so I say meta.set display name, or just set display name dot display name. Do I do it like this? And then the display name I put UIC dot item material dot get UI name. Dot toString. toString. Ooh, doesn't want to. Oh wait, of course not. So I have to say component dot text, and then I put that in there, and then I remove the dot toString. That saves me so much time. And then we're going to rerun this because this is good. This is good. It's rerunning. Let's see what happens. Executing one paper. Time is reset. Wonderful. So if I go back and I join, and we join. Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. No, this is good. I like that. Okay. So we've got the buttons back. Now we have to work on the UI, or on the connection between the two buttons. But first I want to check something. So if I say give at s a paper, because that's what the item is based off, custom model data colon, so it's 101013. It's the same. I don't like that. But 101013, it's button 2, and button 2 goes to texture button 2, and it's supposed to have open on that side, and I don't like that. Maybe I made a mistake somewhere. No, I didn't. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. My resource pack is breaking again. If anyone knows how to fix this problem, because I have no idea what to do. Custom button model data 1011. Textures UI imported.json. Parented UI blank. Textures UI blank.png. Do I have to create this for all the buttons now? I did not want to do that. Be very tedious. If yes, I'll do it off stream probably, because it's not good content. Ooh, this is problematic. Okay, so I'm not going to work on that for now. Though what I am going to do is think, what else do we need? Because if we can't do the UI, that's the problem. Okay, let me first remove the error and just change it to bucket.log. So we say bucket.get logger dot no, we say dot warning info warning. Let me just say warning. Let's see, what does this actually do? Log, it just logs. And how do we do the log? New log, do log. What does do log do? Set bundle, log record LR, set logger name, final logger bundle. Then we log it, and then we log it. It's not loggable, and if it does not, and then this just check if it does. And this checks for 3 get handles, accessible handlers, publish. and the publish. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And then, okay, so if we do that now and we rerun this, we will see, hopefully, that this is working. Time is reset. Wonderful. So go back to the Java, and I click there. You click the button, but it will just plug it into a warning here. Okay, that's good, and I can just remove that to be empty, because we don't need to know that. Now it's you think, what other features do we need? Because if we can't have this working, we've got a problem, and I don't want to start on a feature I'm not prepared for. And let me just remove that over there. Okay, so how am I supposed to do that? Okay, what other things do I need? So I do not. Okay, so the problem we're currently facing is which button, or how am I supposed to continue? Because I don't want to fiddle on the resource pack right now. If I fiddle on the resource pack, we've got a problem. It's not going to be the easiest to do, and I don't want to do a bunch of research on live stream. So I think I'm going to go, and we're going to see what happens, because I think if I can't continue now, we're going to end the stream. If anyone has any ideas what we should do now, it'd be wonderful, because I don't have any ideas what I'm going to do. But if yes, be wonderful to hear from you. And if you have any ideas afterwards, or any fixes you could do or want to do, let me know in Discord if I'm off stream. And yeah, my Discord is linked below in almost all my comments, not the older videos, but in the new ones. All this in the comments, or the comments in the description. And yeah, I will see you guys all next time. Thanks for listening. Bye.